Okay, so what we have is now A wave is over, C wave is over, X dash descent is coming. X dash descent completely finishes during the atrial diastolic phase, and tricuspid valve is still closed, and it comes down slightly because atria is filling completely, and ventricular isovolumetric relaxation phase is getting over. So isovolumetric relaxation phase of RV is getting over. So tricuspid valve is coming down because everything is trying to push the blood from ventricles through the pulmonary artery on the left side, and aorta on the pulmonary artery on the right side, and aorta on the left side. So atria is filling like a balloon, and tricuspid valve is coming down just to open, and isovolumetric contraction of the ventricle has finished, so it's spinning out. So now is the X dash peak comes, and then what the positive waves comes is the V wave, because it is the ejection phase of the ventricle, and the complete blood is actually filled already inside the right atrium, but still blood is coming. Are you getting the point? So blood ballooning has already happened and still blood is coming, so it is forming a stagnant form of V wave. So V wave is a not backwater push. Backwater push is because of the atrial kick, and that is A wave. V wave is because the stagnation of blood in the venous system, that is jugular venous IJV and EJV, ejection eccentric external jugular vein and internal jugular vein, because the right atrium has not enough space, because tricuspid valve has not yet opened. Are you getting the point? This is the ventricular ejection phase 1 and 2, or the early ejection phase, during which the atria is filled but tricuspid valve is not opened, and blood is getting pooled inside the jugular venous system. So that's why A wave is the prominent. I am discussing about the right atrium and right ventricle. That's why the A wave is prominent in the right atrial thing, but V wave becomes prominent inside the left atrial thing, because left atrium and left ventricle will be having a slightly increased pressure than the right atrium and right ventricle. The right ventricular end diastolic pressure and left ventricular end diastolic pressure vary slightly, and also LA will be under a slightly higher pressure. So V wave across the venous pressure, across the pulmonary venous circulation, will be more than the A wave in the pulmonary capillary wedge pressure when we measure. So PCWP measurement will be similar to the JVP measurement. Only thing is that the A wave will be more than the V wave in JVP, but in pulmonary capillary wedge pressure, V wave will be slightly more than A wave in the PCWP, because the A wave, the atrial left atrial kick has no much pressure compared to the left atrial stagnation during the left ventricular push. But right ventricular push will not be that much, because pulmonary valve is easily openable, but aortic valve is not that much easily openable. So LA needs a more pressure. So stagnation pressure will be more. That is, V wave in pulmonary capillary wedge pressure will be higher. I know you can't see anything, so I will just rub it, and once again I will do it again. Like, okay. So V wave is the stagnation of blood in the right atrium, and this pressure stagnation blood is very less compared to the atrial wave. So A wave is more than V wave in the JVP, but V wave is more than A wave in PCWP, that is pulmonary capillary wedge pressure. Okay, done. So V wave is easily rememberable. Early ejection phase of the ventricle is the V wave, and atrial diastole is the V wave. So then comes the Y descent. Y descent is due to the atria is completely ballooned out like this, and now the tricuspid valve has to open, and even during isovolumetric relaxation phase of ventricle, the atrial diastole completed and blood starts pulling out. Here about 70% of the blood just comes passively during the isovolumetric relaxation phase of the isovolumetric relaxation and complete ventricular relaxation. Once the tricuspid valve opens, the ventricular filling starts. Correct? So ventricular stilling starts, and then the Y descent starts, and then again once the passive filling happens, diastasis happens, then the atrial systole starts, and then again the A wave starts. Are you getting the point? So just I will correspond this with the whatever we have with the ECG in another the table which I have in my book. You can see here atrial systole, semilunar valves are closed, atrioventricular valves are open, that is pulmonary and the tricuspid and the mitral valves are open. This corresponds to the atrial systole, corresponds to the P wave on the ECG, and atrial systole, that is A wave, corresponds to the S4 on the heart sound. This is very important. So A wave and S4 and P wave, just remember these three things, and these three things correspond with the tricuspid and mitral valve opening. Next is the QRS complex S1, and both valves are closed, and this corresponds to XC wave. And then is the ventricular systole, that is ejection phase, early ejection phase or isovolumetric contraction is ending. The semilunar valves are closed, but atrioventriculars are open. The X dash is happening. X dash is happening, very important. And X dash, and the ventricular systole is ejection phase 2 happens. Here the semilunar valves are open, but the atrioventricular valves are closed, and this corresponds to V wave. Very important. V wave corresponds to T wave. So also isovolumetric diastole, still there is V wave, the S2 corresponds. So T wave and V wave, very important, because in PCWP usually you should remember that prominent V wave may be seen in acute MR, but this should not be confused with the pulmonary artery pressures. Pulmonary artery pressures will be more on the T wave, but pulmonary capillary pressure venous V wave will be prominent just after the T wave. Very important. Then is the ventricular filling, that is the Y. Y corresponds to S3, and this is what is very important. Usually asked question in these things is X and X dash, and the C wave and the A wave. A wave is lost in atrial fibrillation, S4 is lost in atrial fibrillation. A wave just comes after the P wave, V wave just comes after the T wave. These are the very important questions usually asked in the exams. This is about the basics of the JVP. In the next class we will discuss about the different waveforms in different diseases, and we will just have a look through the same in the graphs of the Braunwald also. The table of Braunwald with the JVP waveforms, and also the pulmonary capillary wedge pressure waveforms in the JVP. It's not in JVP, actually hemodynamics in Braunwald is very important. There are always questions from that part of the JVP or that part of the hemodynamics, and we will discuss about that in the next class. Thank you very much.